Well, howdy there, folks, and welcome into today's video. Hope you guys are doing great as always out there. We got a lot to talk about in this video here today, guys. A lot of things that I feel like let's just fit all this into one video. We're going to talk about baby. We're going to talk about the Model S. We're talking about the new house. We're going to talk about Hungry Bowl. We're going to talk about new project. We're talking about me turning 32. We're going to talk about meditation. We're going to talk about stocks. We're going to talk about my feeling on certain stocks. We're going to talk about the markets in general. And so this is just one video where like so much stuff is going to be crammed into it essentially. And a lot of these subjects I wouldn't talk about on like a standalone video. So I'm like, let's just put all these things into one video and let's get it all out there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy us. As always, we got a lot to get into. So baby, yeah, we're about 1 to 2 months away from baby number 3 being here. So yeah, my second son, he arrived about 4 weeks early, so you never know what to expect. Our babies actually due, I think, around Christmas time, but you never know. It could be a little bit early, so we'll see. So in the next, let's say, call it month or two, we got baby number 3 on the way. So second subject up here, the Model S Plaid. How am I loving it? Well, other than the critter that got in there and chewed some electrical wire, yeah, car has been phenomenal. It's absolutely an amazing ride. I mean, obviously everybody talks about the speed of it, the acceleration and the top speed and those sorts of things, and that's all fun. Overall, just the ride, I love the ride. I think it rides smooth. It's got a good amount of space. We've had 5 people in the car several times now, and everybody I've driven around, you know, really enjoys it. So Model S Plaid, loving it, absolutely good. Number 3, so I've been living in the new house for about 6 months. Love it. It's awesome. The neighborhood is getting built more and more. There's still a lot of houses up for construction. And it's great to just be able to like go to the gym sometimes, like, you know, Graham or Jack or one of those guys. And yeah, it's fun. So yeah, definitely enjoying the new house over here. Number 4, Hungry Bowl. So Hungry Bowl, yeah, we got, I think, a big update coming, I want to say on the iOS and Android store tonight for Hungry Bowl. We're changing a lot of the formats of Hungry Bowl, how we're approaching the app. We kind of been testing a lot of things over the last couple months in regards to the Hungry Bowl. And essentially in this new update, we're going to try to get a lot more news-related content out when it's like important. So let's say a big company reports earnings. We're going to try to be on that like ASAP and get a piece out on like what that company did for earnings, what's going on there, what the stock price reaction is. So try to get a lot more relevant when it comes to news-related content and give you reasons to come back to the app, whether it's, you know, 6 o'clock at night or 6 o'clock in the morning. And so really looking forward to that and just continue to build that out. And then we got obviously a lot of new features coming over the next few weeks as well. So I'm really excited about the Hungry Bowl. Obviously, it costs a fortune for that app to stay up and running, and we're making almost no money from it right now. However, I'm a huge believer in it long term, and I think it can really be a huge successful thing over the coming years. I'm playing the long game there. It hurts to spend so much money on that, like $15,000 a week, because I look at that $15,000 and I say, man, I could be buying this stock with that $15,000 or this stock or that stock, but I'm playing the long game there with Hungry Bowl. I hope it's a huge success over the long term. So far, the comments I've gotten has just been insanely supportive over time when it comes to the Hungry Bowl. So I just stay bullish on the project. We're just going to try to make it into the best app possible if you're into stock market investing specifically, but even the crypto market, we got a lot of things planned for that over time as well. Okay, so yeah, excited about Hungry Bowl. I talked about this maybe once before. I mentioned this in a video around a high-end software product I was looking to create. And for the stock market space specifically, where you could get more relevant information than any website out there. That project I put on hold for now. The reason being is I just got my hands in so many honeypots right now. It's ridiculous. So obviously I have to worry about YouTube stuff, right, and keeping the channels active. I have obviously my private stock group to worry about. I have the Hungry Bowl now, which is a whole new company to worry about. And so, plus obviously I got a family, plus I got my own portfolios to run and new stocks to always look into. So needless to say, I have such a full plate right now that I just don't feel like the timing is right to go after an ambitious project like that. So I want to come back to that project maybe 6 months from now, 12 months from now, maybe 18 months from now, because I'm a huge believer in that specific project I have envisioned. But the time is not right now. I can just tell you that. Like, the time is not right. I got way too much going on to, you know, if I give that attention, I'm going to be pulling attention away from other things. And then that project's so big in itself. Essentially, what would end up happening is that one would be more destined to fail because I wouldn't be able to give that one the attention and love it deserves, right? So Needless to say, we'll come back to that. Turning 32 in November, so yeah, feeling young, but they treat me like the OG. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm only 8 years away from entering my prime as a stock market investor. So just counting the years by. But yeah, 32. Been doing stock market investing since I was 18, 19. And so, yeah, here we are. That's all I can say about that. I still feel like a little kid. That's all I'll say about that. Next one up here, we've got a 7-day free trial going on for the private stock group. That was something I launched a few weeks ago, and I'm kind of really excited about it because a lot of people are getting to try the private stock group that maybe haven't in the past and getting to experience it, see what it's like from the course curriculums, Discord chat, things like that. I don't know how long we'll keep that around for, but I'm happy that people just get to experience it. And if you love it, cool, join us in there long term, and get a membership. And if you don't, then that's cool as well. Like, respect. At least you got to check it out, see if it was for you. If it's not, no hard feelings there. So happy we got that going on. Next one up here, meditation. Yeah, so I've been meditating now for over a year. So I believe I started getting into meditation. I think it was September of 2020, if I recall. And yeah, I've been doing it for over a year consistently. Absolutely love it. It's been a life changer. Obviously, when you do all these things in relation to money, and you got family, you got businesses, multiple businesses, all these stocks to worry about, the markets, that can lead to obviously a lot of stress. And so, meditation has just been a game changer for me mentally and kind of, I almost call it it's like, fitness for your brain. That's kind of what I think about it. Mindful meditation is almost like fitness for your brain. Imagine you had to, play a football game. Well, you better get exercise in, weeks before, months before you ever get to that football game, because that's going to be a lot of stress on your body. So that's the way I view it. I'm playing a football game every single day mentally, and so I just got to have my mind in a good place. So yeah, I love that. Plan on continuing to do mindful meditation for, probably the rest of my life, to be completely honest. Next one up here, stocks. Let's talk about stocks, and then we'll finish out here talking about my feelings around the market. So in relation to stocks, and kind of my stocks and things like that. So where do I even start here? I recorded a video maybe a week and a half ago or so, kind of on my feelings, or it might have been a week ago, on kind of my feelings around the way certain folks were kind of viewing me and kind of a lot of trash talk, a lot of oh, you fell off, Jeremy, none of your stocks are hitting this year, in terms of a lot of my new stock buys and things like that, like Corsair Gaming, Tattooed Chef. Some of those stocks haven't been hitting. Walgreens has hit pretty decent. Dropbox hit pretty decent, right? And obviously a lot of my old stocks have been hitting good, but in terms of the new batch, none of them have hit yet. It's specifically Corsair Gaming, Tattooed Chef, because it'll get the majority of the attention, right? And so, yeah, in terms of just kind of my overall feelings around that, you just got to give it time. I'm full believer in those companies over the long term. And it's not the first time or the last time I will be in a stock for 6 months, 12 months, if not more than that, before it starts to really pay off, right? It doesn't matter. Almost all my stocks, other than some 2020 buys, because the market was going up so fast, right? Usually I have to wait a good amount of time, sometimes many, many months. Tesla, I had to wait about a year before that one started to do anything. About a year, right? And I had to read a lot of comments through that time and receive a lot of hate about Tesla's a garbage stock. You should have bought this stock. You should have bought that stock. What an idiot you are. You're holding Tesla. And I had to hear those things. And Tesla's not the only stock. I've had to deal with that almost on every stock. It's just if I make my channel more about a certain stock, right? Like obviously I've been talking about Tattooed Chef so much over the past several months, right? Tattooed Chef, Tattooed Chef, Tattooed Chef. My channel's so wrapped up in that stock that it can bring ultimately a lot of hate, right? And a lot of people saying, especially if that stock's not doing good, you're an idiot for being in that stock. You should have put your money in this stock. You would have made more money. Look you're not making any money in that stock. And, yeah, I just got to let the time pass, and things will work out exactly how I believe they're going to work out over time, right? And if they don't, they don't. I'll take the L, but I believe they will. I'm 100, as close to 100% confident in that as you can possibly be. And so I'm just trying to stay, level-headed, straight ahead. And, if my stocks go down short term, I'll buy more. I'll hold them, and ultimately I think I'll make a ton of money over the coming years. And so that's kind of my feelings around those stocks, is just got to stay tunnel vision. And the thing is, when it comes to, these sorts of stocks, there's always going to be the next group of stocks. So after Tattoo Chef and Corsair and some of those stocks start running, which I believe they're going to go on their big runs, right? After those start running and those all work out, then there'll be new batches of stocks I start buying. Those stocks will do nothing or downtrend, and then I'll get these same exact comments again, right? It'll just be, everything's amplified, the love's amplified, the hate's amplified, but I'll get those same sort of comments again. You're an idiot, you don't know what you're doing, you lost it, you lost a step, you're not doing what you used to do, you used to have big winners, now you don't. It's just, it's constant. It's going to be a constant thing. That's all I can say about that. It was never going to be a day when that doesn't happen. It's just like I go through these highs, then, if my stocks don't do well in the short term, go through these lows, then back up to the highs. It's just what happens. And, I'm a more understanding of it now, I think, than ever before, because I've been through those cycles before on the YouTube channel, and being that I've been doing this for many, many years now. I've been I don't want to call myself a public figure, but I've been out there publicly now for probably 5 years, maybe over 5 years now. Started the channels in 2016. So I've been doing this for quite a while. Obviously the main channel, I think I'm posting this video on the third channel, but I've been doing this for quite a while. And so I just understand, that's what's going to come. I'm going to get hate when my stocks aren't clicking in the short term. People are going to make fun of me. People are going to laugh at me. People are going to tell me I'm an idiot. And that's just part of the process. I can't really get mad at it because, in any profession, you have to deal with that. And anybody that's in the public spotlight, you're going to have to deal with that, right? If the quarterback in the NFL team plays a bad game, they have to deal with that public backlash of why'd you play so bad? You threw all those interceptions, right? And for me, in regards to stock picking, and I got, all these people watching my videos all the time, right? I have to just deal with the fact that if things don't go right, especially in the short term, I'm going to get hate. I'm going to get people coming after me. I'm going to get people saying I'm an idiot. That's just part of the game. That's part of what I signed up for when I put myself publicly out there, right? That's part of what I signed up for. So that's my feeling about individual stocks. Let's talk about the stock market in general and my feelings around kind of the markets and whatnot, right? So, I think we're at an interesting place for the markets. We're looking at the markets near all-time highs, roughly. And, it's a weird year for the market, right? Because a lot of the small caps, a lot of the Russell-related stocks have not really been doing much. Meanwhile, you've had big tech do pretty respectable for the most part. You've had Tesla go on a run very recently here over the past month or so. That stock all of a sudden woken up from the depths, right? I mean, that stock very early in the year hit 900. And then it just didn't do anything for the longest time and just downtrend. And then all of a sudden, literally in the past month, all of a sudden, it's woken up. So, but in regards to markets in general, we're at a funny place. So there's a lot of feelings around inflation, right? And the market, I almost feel like the market and the government sometimes are a little backwards looking in relation to inflation numbers. And I think the next worry is also around deflation. And so we're going to have these two kind of butting heads, inflation, deflation. And what do we really have going on there? Are we in for a lot more inflation or a lot more deflation? Now, in terms of my personal opinion, it's hard for me to say. I have seen some deflation in some different things out there, different items in different categories. And so it's not out of the realm of possibility that in 22 we do have a good amount of deflation. In terms of the rate of inflation, I'll be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the rate of inflation slows quite substantially, to be quite honest, because I don't think all these price increases we've seen are going to last in terms of making things get more and more expensive. I think you're going to have some things deflate, right? So you're going to have some deflation in some items. Meanwhile, you're going to have small bits of inflation or no inflation in some items. And so the rate of inflation is actually going to be, in my opinion, probably substantially low in 22. And I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that we could have some sort of deflation in 2022. And so in regards to the Fed raising rates and things like that, I wouldn't be surprised as long as they feel like the economy is still in a good place in 22. I wouldn't be surprised if rates got raised a little bit, especially if you think about it in the context of, Rona really taking a step back, in terms of anybody even caring about Rona, right? I feel like we're kind of in this time period now where we still got pretty high Rona numbers, especially across the United States and the world, but it just doesn't get that sort of attention. And so, that's kind of moving to the back burner now. And then if you have a decent economy, it's not out of the realm of possibility that rates could rise at least a little bit in 2022. And I think outside of any dramatic rate rises, I think the market won't react that negatively. I think it's always possible there could be a small correction in large caps and in some big tech. I think that's always a possibility, a 5-10% correction there. Ultimately, I think some of that money is going to flow over to small caps. I think a lot of these small caps are ready to, spring off. It's just no one knows the exact date when that happens. It's just kind of a waiting game. It's like, okay, when's this going to happen? Is it this week? Is it next month? Is it 6 months? Is it 12 months? We know it's going to happen. We just don't know exactly when. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this as always. Much love. And just talking about a bunch of random stuff. Peace.